Tinubu handler should stop him from reciting Quranic verses. Jafar, welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news update. Please click on the notification bell. In a Twitter post, Jafar posited that Tinubu, in a bid to show off his Muslimness, always fails attempts to recite Quranic verses. Nigerian publisher Jafar has urged Bola Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, to stop embarrassing himself trying to recite Quranic verses. In a Twitter post, Jafar posited that Tinubu, in a bid to show off his Muslimness, has consistently failed in his attempts to recite Quranic verses. He said, and I quote, "Tinubu Allah should stop him from making further attempt to recite Quranic verses. Muslims do not take serious their fellows who could not recite the first chapter of the Quran. In his many attempts to display his Muslimness, the All Progressive Congress end up modeling everything. Average Muslim voters in the North do not care about Tinubu's blabbing gifts and campaign rhetoric, but worry about his cringe-worthy mistakes on Quranic verses, especially the opener or mother of Quran. Tinubu is not under obligation to recite the Quranic verses during campaign. The more he makes these unforgivable mistakes during the campaign, the less popular he becomes among Muslim voters." Alright, the post on Twitter read thus. Jafar's post on Twitter read thus. Tinubu Allah should stop him from making further attempts to recite Quranic verses. Muslims do not take serious their fellows who could not recite the first chapter of the Quran. In his many attempts to display his Muslimness, the All Progressive Congress candidate ends up modeling everything. An average Muslim voter in the North do not care about Tinubu's blabbing gifts in campaign rhetoric, but worry about his cringe-worthy mistakes on Quran verses, especially the opener and mother of Quran. Tinubu is not under obligation to recite Quranic verses during campaign. The more he makes these unforgivable mistakes during campaign, the less popular he becomes among Muslim voters. Tinubu said he went to Umrah 7 times in the last 1 year. I wonder what he recites. It was when I went for NYSC I got to know the principle of non-practicing Muslim. Honestly, there's a case here. As a 70-old years Muslim, you should be able to know the basic of Islam. No, they give them clues, sir. Okay? Now the case was very much better than this. Okay, Namadi's case was very much better than this. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Very shameful, wallahi. Quite unfortunate is one of his clips shared under this thread. He called Allah the Father of all in his attempt to translate Suratul Fatiha, while Gandhiji and Abdullah Adamu were standing and listening. Others opined. Okay, that I read was some reaction that trailed the post. Now the thing is, it's not necessary for him coming out to recite it. For people like us, it's not necessary. But for the Northerners and the extremists, it is going to mean. I tell you. But I don't know why this man they give these people clue. It is not Quranic presentation that will put food on our tables. Very correct, sir. Good leadership is what we want. Nigerians have suffered a lot because of Quranic recitation. And that is truth. Whether you come from whatever religion you come or practice. Whatever religion you come or practice, problem with Shadi. If you cannot talk good and peaceful statements, it is better you remain silent. Haba. What has he said wrong? Why violence in your blood all the time? Has Quran put food on your table? Has it brought peace? Exactly. Quran has not. And I don't see any violence here. Okay. Yes, my advice is for you to remove religion from politics. Religion and triumph has not helped us and it won't. But you receive sense now. And the thing is, it is true. Religion and tribe has never done anything for us. See who forced him to recite the Quran? He got nothing to offer, so he must deceive the gullible people like you. See your foolishness. What is the difference between you and your hulaba? Just too difficult for you to understand simple content of message. Besides, who asked him to recite the Quran verse? APC full of deceiving their Momo followers. Okay. Idris, so to you, now reciting the Quran is a pass mark for becoming a leader? It is unfortunate that as a northerner, we don't know the problem we have caused in this country. Yes, reciting the Quran is a yardstick, and failure to do that is become hard to get votes. We ain't looking for people who can recite or cannot recite it. We're looking for quality leaders. Preach, bro. Preach. Bible are the reasons Nigeria is in this mess to her today. Starts from a British Christian colonizer that used the Bible to enslave Nigerians, stole our resources with the Bible in their right hand and guns in their left hand. Hypocrites and devilish people. Okay. Politicians like Tinubu are depending seriously on the ignorance of the North among the money worshippers, not knowing that those who want power at all costs have abandoned him for Tinubu and is busy fooling himself. Imagine a person reciting the Quran to win an election in a country where Christians have more sitting governors and deputy governors than Muslims. All this are happening for those called Christians who have been blind to see what they want. Well, Nigerians, so I keep saying it. The ball is in our court. Muslim, Christian, whatever we want, the ball is certainly in our court. So Nigerians will have one obligation, to shoot this ball where it is supposed to go. To make sure now that at the end of the day, alright. To me, this Muslim, I've said it before, is going to make this country boil. Why and how? First of all, it's a Muslim ticket, right? What is going to happen is, if by peradventure now, these people win, do you know it becomes a problem? This Muslim ticket, in their mind, they can always tell the people, you can stay now. And somebody will come and, again. So in order to avoid stories that touches the heart, okay, my own is, that is, before you know it, the crisis will start. It's going to start because if the Christian tomorrow now wants a Christian candidate, before we know it now, that is just, it's better we know it now, else it is not going to look like. Alright. Well, I've said my own. Alright. Okay, that is one way where this country can burn. Another way is if we permit it tomorrow, tomorrow the Muslim, that's the northern Muslims, that's, they want to continue like that, and before you know it, okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.